Peter, thank you so much for being here. It's great to have you.
Very happy to be here.
So the Total Audience Report's one of our larger media measurement reports that's very widely anticipated. I know that the new one just came out, and you have some insights into how people are spending their time across media and where the changes are happening. Tell us a little bit about what this report shows.
Yeah, one of the big things about this report is now we're actually looking at data year over year. So, and what we saw in this year over year change is that it's flat, right? So there was 10.5 hours of time spent across media last year, same thing that this third quarter that we're comparing to. The differences here is that we see a shift in behaviors. So what one platform may have gone down, another platform may have gone up. So if we look at this data, it's about 4.5 hours of time a day that people are spent with their live and time-shifted TV. With radio, a little bit shy of 2 hours that they're spending with it. Where we see a large growth are in two areas. One is with TV-connected devices, so people spending time using their streaming sticks or their smart TVs to watch content, as well as time spent on their smartphone, which has grown a lot year over year. And depending on the choices that they're making, we see that the shifting in behaviors there.
So those are aggregated sort of pictures. I assume that device usage varies across groups. Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing across groups and device choice.
One of the ways that we look at the data within the report are by ages. We want to see if younger adults consume media differently or different distribution than older adults. Among overall adults, we know that a lot of time is being spent on television, more so on smartphone, but we know that changes when we look at younger adults. With younger adults, say 18 to 34-year-olds, within a report, we show that about a third of their time that they spend on media per day is using their smartphone. And that's more time than they spend on traditional linear platforms. As you get older, though, we see that shift happens, right? So we see more time being spent on television than we do on the digital platforms. But where we see a lot of growth, regardless of age there, is time that people are spending on those internet-connected devices, right? So they are taking advantage of streaming services and so forth to watch content that they want to do.
Now, you did mention linear and regular live TV as well as time shifting. Still a mainstay when it comes to media consumption. What do we see in terms of which types of consumers are watching and how much time are they spending there?
Sure. So among overall adults, like we spoke about, it's flat at 10.5 hours a day across media. But when we look at across race and ethnicity, some on African American homes, Hispanic homes, Asian American homes, we see that it's relatively flat year over year as well. And when we compare how they're consuming media, we see some differences there. Among African American homes, we know that they're the heaviest of TV users. I believe it's about 6 hours a day that they're spending with the television set. When we look at Hispanics, we saw larger growth there among smartphone use. I believe they went up about up to a half hour a day of smartphone usage. And then among Asian Americans, one thing that really popped out to me was that they spend more time with their digital devices than they do with their TV set. So it all goes back to the choice that our consumers have and how they individualize their behaviors based on what they want to watch, how they want to watch it, where they want to watch it. So a lot of choices really influencing the behaviors of our consumers.
It's really great. I'm thrilled for the insight. So thank you for your time.
Yep, thank you.